at how this one ended between the Seahawks on the road against the Jags. Under 1 minute to go. Jags lined up to kneel down with a 6-point lead. One of us, take us through this. Gentlemen?
Oh, we talking about this play? Well,
Yeah,
here's what happened.
Here goes.
So
Here we
Michael
go.
Bennett.
Yeah.
So Michael Bennett continues to play until the game is over. If you watch him, many people are saying he dove at the center's knees. He was trying to swipe the ball. This has become a play largely that people want you to quit. They want you to not do anything, and many teams do not. If you watch the Seattle Seahawks, they always play until the game is over. This is the same thing that happened in the Super Bowl after Malcolm Butler's interception. Now, the things that ensue, the rolling on the ground and the punching, those are things we cannot have in football. But I am not upset that the Seattle Seahawks continue to play as long as the ball was being snapped.
Well, Fournette ultimately flagged for unnecessary roughness, as was Bennett. That wasn't the end of it. That was Quinton Jefferson. Pete Carroll comes onto the field. He has something to say. Jefferson would be ejected, but then things get heated on the way to the locker room as well. A fan throws something at him. He yells back, and eventually it would have to be, I don't think restrained is too strong of a word. He sort of held back, encouraged not to antagonize or to continue this dialogue with the fan. A drink, though, is thrown at him again. He tries to get into the stands, held back. You know what? It's just an ugly look. The Jaguars win, and here's some post-game reaction.
I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Like, I'm a human just like anybody else. Like, I'm a man just like the other man in the stands. I'm not gonna let somebody disrespect me, throw a beer on me. Like, just because I'm playing football, I'm still a human being. I'm still a man. And shit, I'm out there playing a game. And at the end of the day, it's a game, and I'm a man. I'm not gonna let somebody disrespect me like that.
Going into the stands, do you think that was the right call? Would you still?
I don't know. Was it the right call for him to throw?
No, it wasn't. It absolutely wasn't. I'm just wondering.
I'm just wondering if it was the right call for him to throw a beer on me. You say?
Can I ask you a question about the game?
He don't want to
Just
talk.
a question about
He
the
don't want to talk no
game.
more. He doesn't want to talk anymore. Move away from me. He doesn't want to talk anymore. He's emotional right now.
Thanks,
You win.
Thanks,
You guys win. You guys win.
Appreciate it.
That's what you guys want to see. You want to see him act in a certain way? Move out the way. He's done. The man was disrespected. People threw his food on him. He's not an animal. He's a human being. So get out of here. He's a human being. How would you like if one of your kids are playing sports and somebody threw beer on him? Exactly. So don't come in here with that then. He heated. What else do you want to ask the man? He got beer thrown on him. That's what I'm saying. You're a human being. No cameras on me. That's just the truth. He's a human being.
Look, this is the type of thing we've talked about, it seems like, for the past few weeks. And let's just with the league's reaction, Adam, plain and simple.
Well, the league is obviously going to look into this and investigate. It's already begun talking to both teams about what happened at the end of the game. In 2008, the NFL implemented a fan conduct policy, and any fan that threw anything should be barred from attending a Jacksonville Jaguars game in the future. We'll start there. Then we can move on to the teams and figure out exactly what went wrong there, who was assigned what blame. I'm sure there'll be fines. There's potential suspensions. Look, we've seen something every single week, and if we're going to see suspensions for Mike Evans and Marshawn Lattimore, we're going to see suspensions for Aqib Talib and Michael Crabtree, and we're going to see suspensions for Rob Gronkowski, there's a chance we're going to see a suspension there for somebody throwing punches. Again, because the league tries to send a message, and nobody seems to get the message, and every Monday we're talking about somebody else doing something wrong. This is the latest one.
There's a number of layers here, but let's go back to something you said, Ryan. Do you take issue at all with the Seahawks playing until that final whistle? I know a lot of teams kneel and sort of say, hey, we're done, but that certainly you don't have to.
No, I don't. Greg Williams had a rule, and I know Lewis will remember this, in 2004 or 2005 in Washington, you had to rush the last play. He said there were things that could happen. You could knock the center into the quarterback, and they could fumble. You could throw off the snap. And so we had to play through the whistle and to the last play. And there were many teams who took offense to it and never got to this point, but I don't have a problem with them finishing through the game. What you don't want is when the guy's standing over Michael Bennett, he grabs his leg and they begin to wrestle. You don't want the punches thrown. Those things do not have a place in our game. But playing to the whistle, playing through the last play, there's so many fans that say that these players do not care, or these players don't give the type of effort this team was. And even if you don't like it, even if it's supposed to be some unspoken rule and that retired offensive linemen all over the world are upset that these guys continue to play, buckle your chin strap and block them. Now you know when you play the Seattle Seahawks, you watch the film, you fire out on the last play. The Seattle Seahawks, in turn, can't be upset when these guys defend themselves and continue to play football.
That play by Michael Bennett, you can see it right there where it's highlighted.
Try to get the ball.
He doesn't dive into anybody's knee.
Exactly.
He literally turns his body and tries to swipe the football.
Yep.
And they don't like it because you're supposed to like just really throw off the white flag. I mean, just look at it right here. Watch what he does.
The right hand
He
swipes
tries
at
to
the ball.
swipe at the ball. Now,
And he
the two
really
guys on
never
each side
tried
of
his
him-
knees.
Exactly. The two guys on each side of him try to quick swim, and if the ball happens to come loose, they're trying to look for it. But look, teams right now, look, everybody is like on edge here. Everybody right now in the league, as far as players are concerned, everybody kind of wants to assert just how tough they are. So when he does this, then all of a sudden now it's kind of become a macho, who's tough.
Challenge my manhood.
Yeah, exactly. And then all of a sudden it becomes something that really has nothing to do with the football game.
Right.
It really has nothing to do with the outcome of the game, but really becomes a selfish type of thing where, you know what, you're right. You challenge my manhood, now I got to fight you. Now I got to sit here and actually pretend we're going to actually get into a real fight when you know it's going to be broken up, and what's going to happen is you're going to lose a bunch of money.
Right, and you're gonna sit.
I think
We're going to be talking about it, and eventually this is what's going to happen. Now, the stuff that happened as far as Quinton Jefferson going into the stands, let me just say this. Look, fans, I would probably bet a large chunk of money
Walking down the street.
that whoever the person was that threw that at Quinton Jefferson, if they saw him walking down Jacksonville Beach, they wouldn't think about doing that in a million years. Because they know this. They know they're not going to let Quinton Jefferson get in the stands and actually start fighting him. So everybody it's kind of like Twitter. It's like everybody wants to be a tough guy now. Here, let me just throw something at you. Let me just throw a Gatorade bottle at your face as you're walking off the field. Would you throw a Gatorade bottle at that guy's face if you saw him on the street?
He can touch you.
Well, there's no excuse either
Now,
place.
the player has to obviously take the higher road because you can't go.
When he's running off the first time, one that misses him,
he should have kept going.
just go. Because
Exactly.
once you come back,
That's right.
you're in a lose-lose
That's right.
situation.
He
There
should've
is
kept
no
going.
positive.
Without question.
There's no positive that comes
Yeah.
from it.
There's an instinct that says, you know what?
I-
why are you doing this?
And you're already heated too.
You know.
And you're- no,
And I
listen,
understand that
should've
too.
kept
I'm not
I do.
saying.
But I'm
here's what
saying this, but Adam's right. Whoever did that, if they find out who did it,
No more.
should never
No
be allowed
mas.
to go to a game
Yeah.
again.
I think too,
Absolutely.
and this is not along the Mike Mitchell rant about player safety. I think we should continue to try to find ways to make this game safer. But in the efforts to make this game safer, we've made players think that physicality is somehow starting to be wrong. To put your hands